What's up, guys? It's your friend Jonathan, and I'm here with another exciting, inspiring, and present important episode for you today on the Heart Healthy Hustle Show. Before we get into it, I would love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to the show. If you're listening to this on YouTube, share it out and let others know about the show. That said, let's get into this episode. Yesterday, I was wrapping up work and I was reading an article from Harvard Business Review. Before you drone out and listen to this, I am recording this episode because it reminded me of how important it is to take a vacation, to take time off, even with quarantine being lifted. Maybe you're still working from home for the remainder of this year. A lot of us have been forced to kind of postpone, cancel. Weddings were canceled. Vacations were completely destroyed because airliners are almost going out of business. Of course, your flight got canceled or I don't know. Like for me, I'll give you an example. I had a really cool trip planned to Vegas with an amazing entrepreneurship conference called Thrive. We rented out a penthouse and it was going to be like my big trip of the year, right? I was pumped, okay? But I ended up having to kind of cancel and seek refunds, and I ended up losing out on a little bit of money. But even like my flight that got reimbursed to me was only reimbursed as a credit that expires in about a week or so, unless I use it on their site again. And that's just a little unfair, but it is better than a lot of other people's situations. So that's my story of a canceled vacation. That was supposed to be last month. Here's the cool part about all this concept, right? And why I'm talking about this. Like, what the heck? Nothing about that is cool, John. I want to talk about the danger of canceling your vacation. You're like, oh, what do you mean danger? I think when we don't have something to look forward to, right? When we don't have something to look forward to really recreationally enjoy, the day-to-day can become mundane. Am I right? I mean, let's run the analysis around this. If we don't have something to look forward to and say, okay, maybe this doesn't apply to your personality, but for me, and from what I've shared with friends and past colleagues and acquaintances, and I've seen it help them, especially if you're the type of person to get frustrated in your daily routines, obviously I would recommend changing some things up, right? If you wake up too many days in a row and you hate what you're doing, you should change what you're doing. To be honest, I will be completely honest about this. I genuinely believe the most enjoyment that we can have in life is in the anticipation. And that's bittersweet to acknowledge and perhaps even revel in, because it's like, well, the anticipation isn't the actual achieving of the dream or arrival to the goal. But I do believe that the anticipation is where most of the dopamine is there, most of the excitement is there, most of the drive is there, because you haven't gotten there yet. You don't really have much to lose, and so for me, I think that it's hard for me to accept that, because for me, I've achieved goals. I'm still very, very much early on my journey, I hope, and I want to achieve many more goals. But that being said, the anticipation is important. When we don't have something to look forward to, when life gets hard, and a month has gone by and nothing really encouraging has happened. May of 2020. No, but let's look at it like, how does that make us feel? I mean, as an entrepreneurial personality type, as somebody who really likes thinking, independently from the world at large, and I don't know. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying, as this type of personality of, if you're listening to the show and you like it and there's reasons you like it, that's what I'm talking about here. It's so easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. So my thing is, when you do take these vacations, keep something planned, right? Even if it's a weekend trip, even if you take off half the week and then do that at the later half of the week, so you can also have a long weekend, so that you have like a 5-day break or something. That's simple enough to do, right? That's simple enough. Even if it's a staycation or something where you just change up your routine, but just get out there, get outside, enjoy the sun, go to the beach, whatever it is. If you cannot take the vacation you were going to take and you can't get it rebooked, first and foremost, try to get everything rebooked. If you really wanted to go on that trip and you were looking forward to it, do your best to get that all rebooked and rescheduled. Second best option, find an alternative to what that was. And you know what? You may find you get a huge discount because airline tickets are pretty cheap right now. Many hotels I don't even think are open yet. So you might be able to find a really good deal on this stuff. This is why it matters. When you have something to look forward to, what is it that makes us feel absolutely amazing? For me, at the end of the week, something that I love any time of the week, really. But if you look at what happens on why do people love Friday? Not everyone does, by the way. So thank God it's Monday. Thank God for every day. Here's the thing. When you get to Friday, why do so many people, I'm so done with the weekend? It's because there's this installation of hope. I get to do what I want to do for this amount of time, and I don't have to think about the stresses of work or my daily routines. I can just enjoy. Here's the thing. If you squash that little bit of hope, that light that comes up in you, that's the feeling I'm talking about of anticipation. If you can magnify and 10x that, like times it by 100 by planning a really cool trip that you're looking forward to, and as it gets closer and closer and closer, you're just like, if I can just get through this, I got this amazing thing coming up in a week, in a month, in 2 months, but have that thing there. And another thing you can do that I personally try to do, and it takes intentionality, it takes planning, it takes budgeting, and it takes calendarizing it. You got to put it on your calendar and set a date. For me, if I don't put it on the calendar, it's just not going to happen. Here's the thing. You don't have to do any of this, but guess what? The time will pass anyway. The time will pass anyway. Even if you start doing this today or you never do it 5 years from now, how different will your life look? Is it worth a try? I say give it a try. Here's the thing. When we have that thing to look forward to, I'm not saying overly worship I'm not saying don't do that, but get excited about this trip. Get excited about the fun that you're going to probably have. Maybe don't set expectations for the trip. You don't want to be let down maybe, but you can kind of know, okay, the beach is better. There's a quote, like a bad day on the golf course is better than the best day in the office. If that's your daily reality, I feel bad for you because that's sad. Do something you enjoy doing if you can. But that said, that is the reality for many people out there. So here's what it is. If you don't have a vacation because it got canceled or you were forced to cancel and go through all that because of the coronavirus, which is a lot of us, I know, including myself, and you're just like, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to put this off. I don't have the time I don't have any reason to rebook my vacation because who knows when everything's going to open back up. Fair point. Very fair point. I'm with you there. I would recommend browsing, poking around, looking at what you can do right now and getting something on the calendar. And then as another week or two, another month goes by, maybe that resort or maybe that airline, maybe that location that take a resort, for example, opens up. And as you had put it on your calendar, you can now go ahead and book it. And you have it there. So you can know that you're looking forward to something fun. Fun is so crucial. It's not just a waste of time. I think one of the most important developmental activities children do is play. I believe I've heard that in sociology or what's the development of the human brain? Well, it's very, very crucial to a healthy human being's development to play, especially as a kid, because it fosters creativity, it fosters problem solving, communication skills, all that, and it really develops the brain. And by the way, it's so fun. So that can still happen in adults. Get something to look forward to, get it on your calendar, and start to picture how fun it's going to be. For me, I'm going to be taking a couple beach trips this summer because I'm not too far from the beach, so I can hop in the car with some friends and get out there, maybe go paddleboarding, maybe go waves, get surfing or something like that. But do something that you want to do, have some fun, and if your vacation got canceled, get something on the calendar to look forward to. Much love, you guys. As always, live wide open and Godspeed. Fearless.